What are we doing?
Hi.
Hi. I'm Tira.
And I'm Missy. Welcome to Two P.E.A.S and a Podcast. Hey.
Back in effect yet again.
Yes. So, one thing I have to say before we start anything else. It appears that Tira was on time for Thanksgiving.
Well, the food was done.
Well, that's all you had to do.
Right.
That's all you
had
to do.
So yes, Tyra did a good job. She was like, yeah, she ready to rock and roll. The people weren't there, but it's okay.
That's not your responsibility.
Yes, you're
you
right,
were not Ubering that
yes.
night.
I was not exhausted. The next
Wasn't
day,
it nice?
I was not exhausted. I didn't have a whole bunch. This Thanksgiving was pretty neat.
Yeah,
pretty neat.
And my sister killed it. Like, that food was so good. And because of it, I am pescatarian until Christmas.
Yay! Ooh,
That's what I'm saying. It's lasted so far 2 days.
Oh, good.
Because I cooked lo mein and shrimp yesterday, so I had leftovers. And
yeah.
So
You're going to find it's real easy.
It's not. I'm going to brunch on Sunday. I got to feel it. If they ain't got no fish bacon. I got a feeling. Anyway, let's get some housekeeping out the way. We need you to like, share, subscribe.
Yes.
We're
like,
up to
share, subscribe.
53.
Whoa! We're going to get that 1,000 mark after all.
But this is the thing. Everybody tells me they watch it. But they just, I don't know if they might watch from not inside the app where you really can't subscribe. So if you're not going inside the
actual
YouTube app, you can't subscribe. So you have to go to your app and subscribe. But a lot of people tell me they watch it. So, I mean, it is what it is.
People be texting me and they like, oh, you guys, I watched your podcast. It was good. I'm like, okay.
Right. So, shout out to our super fans, Renee, Dana. I want to add Tanya and BJ.
What? I was going to say Tanya. Did we didn't already put Tanya as a super fan?
Oh, no.
Tanya, if you weren't previously super fan, you are a super fan.
You and BJ.
Yes. BJ was already. BJ's a super fan. George
is a super fan from another angle.
Okay.
Because he don't be in there participating, but George is like our number one PR person.
Yes.
George is...
Okay, he's our PR rep.
Right. He's a super PR person.
Yes.
He's always reposting, the ads and the advertisements and our posts and stuff. So
very big at
supporting
us, and we appreciate
Actually, he supports everybody.
Well, he's a supporter of all, so I appreciate that.
We really, because we just a lowly little podcast trying to survive,
trying to make our way up the mountain to 1,000 people. I'm coming.
And it's so funny. I need to ask one of my little girlfriends. She has 64,000 subscribers.
Does she have a podcast?
I don't know. She used to do, hey, Adrian, it's your girl, Adrian. But I subscribed. I had no clue she had almost 65,000 subscribers.
It depends. Well,
I'm going to ask her. Adrian, what was you doing?
I got a forehead look a little bit like a 6 head.
You do not have a big forehead. Oh, Lord. Don't do that. Don't. There once was a girl who had a curl in the middle of her forehead. Okay, so tonight we have two topics tonight. This is the first time we didn't actually agree on one topic. So,
and it doesn't have to be two topics. I just wanted to touch on something because there's been other times where we've touched on different things that weren't the topic either. So I just want to touch on it. That's it. Just a little something.
I want her to touch on it, how she sent the text to me, though. That's how I want her to present it to y'all. And I replied, "Did you mean to send this to me?"
And I said, yes.
I was cracking up. Like, this girl is crazy. Okay, so the two things we're talking about is the Astro
World
Fest.
Yeah.
Where, it was a tragedy.
The tragedy with Travis Scott and the concerts.
And the other tragedy we want to talk about is how men date or try to date women of a particular age. I don't know what they doing in the youngins. I don't know what the youngins doing. The youngins might be doing this. I'm talking about, I can only speak for me. And I'm a woman of a particular age.
Okay.
So. Alright, so. Let's talk about Astro World.
Maybe we should talk about that afterwards.
I might get hyped off of this. I don't know. It's stuck in my spirit today.
Okay, so wait a minute. What are we talking about? Are we gonna do Astro World or are we gonna do?
We can talk about the dating. That's fine.
Okay.
So you all know that I'm out here in these streets single, right? And I get my fair share of interest. But what I have found and what disappoints me is that men expect so much without even taking you to McDonald's to buy you a quarter pounder with cheese, no onions, large with an orange, very little ice.
What happened?
Nothing even happened today. I just was in the bathroom thinking, and I was like, out of the 5 to 10 suitors, most recent suitors that I've had, they really don't know how to date or court you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one person, this is my first time talking to them on the phone. They proceeded to basically perform a sex act on themselves. First time talking to them. That's kind of
weird.
Yeah. I mean, no judgment, right? But I'm just saying.
I don't know. I would even venture, and this is just Tyra, because you know how Tyra thinks. I would even venture to say that's a bit disrespectful. You wouldn't think so?
To some people, it would be. I mean,
to me, it would be.
No, right. To me, it's. I expect anything these days, but it's just if you're trying now. I can maybe see that if you're, in a relationship or you've gone on a couple of dates and you just want to do a little afternoon delight.
That goes without saying. I'm not
right.
rude over here.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying
not
that
on your first.
That's what I'm saying.
The first date, and you want to pleasure yourself.
Right.
While I'm on the phone listening to your grunts and moans.
Right.
That's a little.
Or hey.
What you wearing? Show me them.
Yeah, I get that. Send me a picture. That happens a lot.
Oh my God! Let me tell you about the send me the picture. And you know me. This is Tyra we talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time somebody asked me to send them a picture, I just sent them a cute picture of me. I thought that's what they wanted. And he's like, send me another picture. I picked another cute picture. That's what they wanted.
I know that's right.
And they never said, send me,
right.
that type of. They never said anything. I later found out when talking to my sister, and I asked, and I told her, yeah, you want me to send them a picture? Send them another picture? She was like, well, what'd you send them? And I showed the picture. She bust out laughing. And she said, that's not the type of picture he wanted. And I said, well, what other kind of picture is it?
Right. Yeah.
Never thinking that they wanted some type of sexual picture.
Right. I remember when I was newly separated or divorced. And remember, I was married for 8 years and with the person altogether 10. So during this time frame, nudie pictures had just taken off, but they took off without us.
Clearly.
Right, remember the phones weren't even that clear back then.
Whew.
If you sent a picture of somebody, it's gonna be grainy or stuff like that. So when I'm talking to someone, they like send me a picture, and I'm like, a picture? What? A picture of what? Me? You can just go on Facebook and see my picture.
Right. That's me.
So I called one of my girlfriends. I was like, he just asked me to send him a picture. She's like, girl, he want like a nudie picture. I was like, what? That's how you do that. Epic fail. Epic fail. Epic fail. Like, stay in your lane, Missy. Some things you just,
And I want to say, in that incident that I sent the cute pictures of me, the person sent me, a nude of them.
Oh, so.
Yeah. I think I called you and said, send me a picture of his. Because I was baffled.
Right.
It had to be because you're the only person who.
Right. And let me say this. Some women are really offended by eggplant pics. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be. It's certain people, what lane they're going to be in and what lane they should stay in.
Right.
My problem is if a guy is pursuing you like he wants to date you, I don't think he should come at you
In
that way.
Right.
So it like you might catch a certain person in a good mood and she down for it. But if you're trying to date her, I don't think you should come at her like your approach should be more, I'm getting ready to mess this word up, substantive. Did I say it right? Substantive. That is a word. I'm probably saying it wrong. It's of substance. But it's called substantive. Substantive.
Okay, yeah. Hold on. I gotta look this up because it's just it's gonna bother me.
Right. It's SUBST substantive.
Substantial?
No.
Substance.
Well,
substantive.
That's it.
There it is. You're right.
Substantive.
Yeah, substantive.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, you were good.
So, girl, I just can't say the word, this thick tongue. But, it just was a pet peeve of mine because, I had one guy who told me, first of all, he said I'm too busy. So I already knew that's going to be an issue. So I know what lane you're going to be in because I practically stay busy. So that's not going to change. But he follows it up with, when you going to give me that? I'm like,
I'm too busy to give it to you.
Now, this person has taken me out to dinner. We have gone out a lot. But, no, I shouldn't use that person as an example. But still, if you want it, you got to still work for it.
Right.
Not work for it.
But yeah, but you got to put in the
you
time,
just can't call me every right. You
and,
can't call me every 3 weeks, once a month, and then be like, oh, give me that.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, well, first of all, just get in line. Hello. You think you just gonna call up and if you watching this, you might not be happy. You gonna call me.
Give me that. What about Chris Brown? What did he tell you? Say, give me that.
Even though I find Chris Brown very attractive, I
you wouldn't give him that?
Yeah. I don't know. But like I remember one time. See, you're good at setting boundaries with your dates and potential dates and stuff like that. I just kind of go with the flow, but I think I get offended really Not by somebody sending me a picture. I get offended by, like, saying, if you, hold it. Oh my God. It was a TV show or a movie. And the lady said, if you think I'm this, then treat me that way. But she was dressed up. What was it? It was some type of show. Mm-hmm. It was a sitcom, I want to say. It was either A Different World, Good Times. I can't remember. When I see it, I'm gonna bring it up.
Can I say something about Good Times?
Yeah.
I kept for 2 days the one scene with James on there where he said, "It's only 2 places for a woman, Florida," and she said, "James, don't say it." And he said, 2 places, Florida. And she said, "James, don't you say it." The kitchen and the bedroom, Florida. The kitchen and the bedroom. I could not, for 2 days, I've been cracking up at that line. I found it on YouTube and posted it on Facebook because I don't know why that's in my head.
But
the kitchen in the bedroom, Florida. The kitchen in the bedroom.
Let me tell you, I wouldn't mind being barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. If I didn't have to work.
You had to go to work?
Right. If I did not work, you know what type of housekeeper I can be sometimes. If I did not work, hold it, but I ain't really been to work in a whole year. No, but I have to work. I still have to work. But if I was a housewife, life would be completely different.
I'm not opposed to being a housewife.
Right.
If anybody wants to come home to a home cooked meal every day, I will cook your home cooked meal every day as long as I ain't got to go to work.
Yes.
And I can still have my spending money.
Yeah.
And I'll even curb some of my spending.
I don't know about that, but
I'll curb some of it. I would.
Really?
Yeah, I really would. Now, I'm probably have some credit cards too now, but I want to curb some of the spending. But I will cook the meal, and I will be kitchen in the bedroom, and the kitchen in the bedroom.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think nothing wrong with that. But some women get highly offended. I'm not offended by it.
James, don't say
I'm not offended. But I also remember after I had Pooh, it was time for me to go back to work, and I really didn't want to go back to work. Mm-hmm. And my ex-husband at the time was like, if you don't want to go to work, you don't have to go to work. You know, I can take care of us. And I was thinking, that sounds nice, but you never had me begging for $5 to get a quarter pounder meal at McDonald's. No onions, large fries, and an orange, very little ice.
After I had KJ, I went back to work. I was off work for 3 months with KJ. Mm-hmm. And I went back to work, and my son's father did not want me to go back to work, especially where I was working at. He was already opposed, so he'd been telling me I need to quit. When he found out I was pregnant, he was like, you ain't got to go work there. So anyways, I went back to work for 2 weeks, and he was like, nope, that's it. Come home. Because I was working at a halfway house. I was a case manager.
Oh.
And he was already opposed to that. And so something happened. We had to do like a shakedown or something. And it got kind of funky. And that was it. I came back to work the next day because he was like, this it. You ain't going back. You go back and get your stuff, whatever you need to get. And I went back and got my stuff and was like, I'm out. Peace. Man, I felt so good. The next day, I went in, I put my robe on, and I went in the living room with Grandma and Mommy and said, what we gonna do today, y'all?
I know that's right.
He's like, he gonna handle it. He gonna bring home the bacon.
I know that's right.
Yeah, Khalil held it down for me.
I am too missy to actually probably be involved in that and make it work, even though I say I would be. Only because I just don't want to. I don't like asking people for nothing.
Well, I wouldn't ask. That's one thing that it wouldn't be a thing of me asking. It's just, okay, this is the money, you know. That's probably
him.
That's probably with
can't. Not every man is like that.
Yeah, I would say with
yeah.
Yeah.
Not every man's like that. Like, I've known men do work, just bring their checks home, give it to their wife. They get a little allowance to hold them over for the next 2 weeks, and just let the wife handle all the money. That wife, yeah, she can stay home because she know her dude not going, you know.
Yeah, that wasn't an issue with us. If I needed something, I knew where the money was, so I just get it. But I would let her know that, you know what? Well, I would have time. I would let her know. Like this. You take some money? Oh yeah. I did this and did that. We went here. We went there.
I know that's right. I don't know.
No, the thing was, I told you don't take the money out of this pile. Take it out of this over here. You messing it up.
Oh, that sounded real sketchy.
I was like, well, what difference does it make? Money is money. Put it all together.
No, it might make a difference.
It did. It absolutely did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, I don't know. What y'all think? I mean, for the people who are single, what do you mind people like just wanting? Like, some people just want a physical relationship with you, which is fine if that's what you want.
That's what you're into.
But if you're acting like, oh, I really like you, I've been liking you for this and da-da-da-da-da, but all I'm hearing is
the kissing in the bedroom.
I don't know. I just was on one today.
Well, you know what?
And nothing happened today. Nothing happened today.
Yeah.
But
you had a timer.
Yeah, I just was.
You had a timer. Oh.
I think what happened was yesterday I got a call from somebody that's kind of on the back burner right now. And I'm like, oh, hello. And I'm like, okay, so what was this call for? He's like, oh, I just wanted to see your face. For what? Go on Facebook. You want to see my face? Go on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a waste of my time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what? Yeah, I guess I was just on one.
Well, I mean, and again, a lot of people, a lot of guys, and nowadays with the way it is, with the whole women make it so easy.
That's true.
For men to just, you know, okay,
that's true.
They don't have to put in that work anymore.
That's
because, true. Okay, if I'm over here with you and you want me to do this, and this, I can go over here with her, and all she gonna do is what I ask her to do.
That's
true.
So
that makes it harder.
That's not true. So actually, women, it's your fault.
Yeah, absolutely. These men around here acting like they.
As my mother would say, rotten. My mother said, "Rotten tail women are the ruination of the world."
And she's right. She's absolutely right. So yeah, so that's what makes it so hard. Like, even with me, a lot of people keep asking, like, well, why are you single? You know, why you know? It's not that. It's just that I know how to see through the bull. I know what you want. And the moment that I bring it up and say something, if we're not on the same page, I don't have more time to be wasting with you when you know that this is all you want. Be upfront.
Right.
Say what you want.
Right. Exactly.
Be upfront.
Exactly. That is the problem a lot of people have. And I'm not going to say just men. I'm going to just say people.
Right.
Because there are women out here who are not upfront.
Right. Because they're scared to say what they want. Because they know that the moment they say, well, I want a committed relationship, they know the person's going to run off.
And let that person run, because that's not the person for you.
Right. And they won't do it because the flesh wants this.
Right. But in the same token, when somebody says, look, I'm just here to have fun. If you accept it, accept it. Don't accept it that moment and then 2 weeks later, you're like, well, I thought we was in a relationship. No, you knew we wasn't.
And a lot of time, women do that, thinking they're going to
do that.
People do that thinking they're going to change.
And they don't.
The person is going to either change after spending time with you, or I'm going to do this and this to make him change. Mm-hmm. And that's hardly ever the case.
That's when people's windows get bashed out their car. I'm just telling you.
That could be true. That very well could be true.
So I've been on one yesterday. This is really off topic. I typed up my wishes for my final arrangements and sent the email out, to my designees so that they would know exactly what I would like for my funeral, wake and funeral. because I would like the 6 to 9 wake. The day before.
Oh, you want
the old school, yeah.
You want a 2 day,
yeah,
a 2 day function.
School. I do not want the little wake from 9 to 11, and then service 11 to 1. No, I want the 6 to 9 wake the night before at a funeral home. I really would like 70s and 90s oldies but goodies playing, slow jams. But if my mother's still here, she might not receive that well.
Nope.
So we just gonna do smooth jazz. And then, yeah, I got it all planned up. I got a list of people I don't want to attend. They may print out my email and post it.
I tell you what.
On one.
I tell you what I don't want in mine. No, I ain't gonna say that. Never mind.
Ooh.
I ain't gonna say it.
Don't be shady on the podcast, but I was
I'm
real shady.
I'm not gonna say it.
I'm real shady in
so,
but I wrote my obituary out.
That's good.
Yeah, because I know what I want to be said about me.
Okay.
Nobody, I told him it's a whole production.
Did you do your own obituary? Because you know you're good at obituaries.
Shut up. That's what I was thinking.
You
guess what I was getting ready to put in there?
Not no clouds.
I was going to say, contact Tira to do my program.
She don't want to be in the clouds. We are not putting you in the clouds.
No, put me in the clouds. That's where I belong. You know, I love it.
A bee flying around in the clouds.
Oh, no, ain't no bees up there.
Bees don't make it to the clouds.
Oh, all bees go to heaven.
I think they do.
Oh no, let's get off this topic.
Okay.
You know.
So yes. So back to the dating thing. The dating thing, the do's and don'ts. Oh, so yeah, yeah, you're right. So basically, guys, stop asking for desserts when you have not supplied dinner.
Right. Or if you know she just a dessert girl, that's fine.
Right.
But if you think she likes a full course meal, then you better give it to her. The meat and the potatoes.
Yes.
Right.
So okay.
Yeah, that's. I just was on one. I was like, what?
But I don't know what it is about guys these days. They don't want to do that. They don't want to put in the time to do these things with you. And then there are guys who do put the time in to do this with you, but they still don't want the commitment. But again, at least you're getting a meal out of the deal.
Right.
Don't go cheap. If you're gonna do all that, you might as well go get you some lobster.
Right.
So yes.
Okay, so that went nicely. So let's talk about Astro World.
Okay.
Can you read the text that you sent me or no?
Okay. Let me look at it first. Let's see.
And this was out of the blue. This was like out of the blue.
Okay, so yes. Okay, so first, should I say something?
No, don't say nothing about that. We might be doing a podcast with them, and he might not understand.
Okay.
That.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I sent to her.
Out of the blue.
Out of the blue. Yes. Travis Scott - Astro World incident. Sacrificial ritual. Some type of demonic quest. Illuminati-ism-ish. These are all things that's going on in my head because I'm trying to figure the whole thing out. And the reason why, wait a minute, what'd she say? Did you mean to send this to me? I said, yes. We should talk about that.
And what was my reply?
You can, I'll listen. Okay, so basically, everybody knows about what happened with the 9 people getting killed at this concert. Very, very tragic. A very, very, very horrific ordeal.
Right.
The 9-year-old boy that was there at the concert. So I'm seeing a lot of people saying, placing the blame on Travis Scott. And so with knowing about this 9-year-old boy at this concert, my initial thought is, I have an 8-year-old granddaughter. She's almost 9. Would she have been at that concert? And my answer was absolutely not. So, you know, and I've been following and reading and you know, trying to figure out, make sense of it all, where everyone is blaming him for basically inciting this type of riot or something. And I didn't see much about anyone saying, holding the parents accountable for this 9-year-old child at this concert. So I'm like, well, when are you guys going to hold that parent accountable? Because that would have been initially my first thing to my son. Why would you have her at this concert?
Right.
So I get it. I understand everybody's, because he was the headliner or whatever. And apparently they said, oh, he has, you know, kind of incited this type of action before or whatever. I don't know if that's to be true. I've heard some people say that. But my thought is, why is he being held accountable for this when the parent shouldn't have had that child there, for one thing? Number two, it was totally out of everybody's control. The police were there. They couldn't even stop it or change anything. They didn't have enough security there. Nobody is saying anything. It's the venue, the promoters, and all of that. These are steps that, if you know, and if he has incited this type of crowd, and he knows this is the type of crowd that he draws, they should have been better prepared to handle a massive crowd like that.
But you know what I want to say about that, because I've heard that several times, like, oh, he incites this type of, you know, excitement and disorganization. Look at the Beatles. Look at Elvis. Look at
Jackson.
Michael. Look at any pop star. Justin Bieber. People run in the streets.
Right.
Risk getting themselves killed for these stars. So if you're at a concert, you already know, especially if it's a festival, it ain't like you got your seat and you're going to sit down and you're going to, you know, with the old people, we just sit down in our seat. I might get up, do a 2-step for 30 seconds, and I'm going to sit back down. You at a festival, and you know, I guess they knew historically how his concerts are.
Exactly.
So I don't hold Travis Scott accountable at all. You know, I don't. I'm leaning towards what you're saying, the venue and the promoter and the people who trample.
Exactly. Now
everybody got, this. Who was trampling the people? Let's get some videos.
All of those videos, if you look at some of those videos, the way those people were mashed in together, and, you know, some of them had asphyxiation because they were so mashed together, you couldn't move. It's like you couldn't move. And when I was looking at one of the documentaries, and they were saying that it was basically like 1.58 square feet per person that you had with the amount of people that was there. So you couldn't do anything. You could only sway with whichever way the crowd was pushing you.
Right.
When back in, I think 78, when the Jacksons had did their Destiny tour, I think Bay was 12, and, you know, we were huge Michael Jackson fans. Auntie took Bay to the Destiny tour at the Capitol Center.
I want to say I was there.
They
he took us.
They were on the floor, and the same exact thing happened, pretty much, where Bay said they were so smashed she couldn't breathe. She said, because the people, everybody, whoever had, they rushed up. So she was smashed. So Auntie and when she was with Wookie's dad, they took her. They were so packed. Bay was like, she couldn't breathe. And she said it was hot. People were fainting around her. Auntie and them had to grab her, and they left. And they had to make their way out. Luckily, they had, Wookie's father, he was a man, and he was pretty strong, so he was able to push his way out to get them out of there. So I imagine that was the same thing, because I remember they come home and tell me about it, and she was like, I was so scared. When I look at those pictures of them people, they were smashed. I would be dead. I'm be honest with you. I'd be dead, because I would have definitely couldn't breathe, and you just hear people screaming, asking for help, and all of that. I guess my biggest thing, not my biggest thing, but one thing that I don't understand is they were saying he should have stopped the concert. Had he stopped that concert, it would have been probably even more, because they would have rioted, because he left the stage. I don't know what the chant is or whatever it was that they're saying that he said to incite this type of movement or whatever. But yeah, if that's the thing, has this happened before?
Evidently, if he said the chant and people move, when I move, you move, just like that. You know that, right?
Right. So
that's something known. Just because this time when I move, I step on your foot, don't mean just because I said when I move, you move just like that. That's the reason why your foot got hurt. It's just that I stepped on your foot. So I'm sure he has a chant, and this is something that he does at his concerts. It just got out of control at this particular festival.
Right.
And also, as an entertainer, when you're on the stage, people can be yelling at you, screaming at you. You don't hear that. You hear music. Now, the best thing that they could have did was somehow get in his ear in the thing and say, we need you to try to calm the crowd down.
And so,
like
they were saying, right.
You remember the go-go?
So they were saying, too, that at one point, he saw over in one section where there was some commotion. And he had said, hey, somebody get over there and see what's going on. Somebody over there need help. Once he pointed that out, he went back to performing, because that's what he should do.
Right.
That's not his job to say, stop the whole show because there's something going on over here.
Well, there's a bunch of Monday morning quarterbacks.
Well, yeah, true.
The Monday morning quarterback always has the correct answer.
Right.
Monday morning quarterback, if you put him in the game Sunday, he's a flop.
So these people and the parents, and now, he offered to pay the little boy's funeral, and the parents says no. Okay, we all know that's all about litigation and the monetary stuff. So no, we take this money from you now, and we go to sue you or whatever. We know what's coming. Right. We already know what's coming with that. But I really would like to know if anybody said, and I also saw, I'm sorry, I'm cutting myself off, but I saw a comment where they said that the father, something about the father being a Travis Scott fan, and that's the reason why, because I've seen people say, well, Travis Scott music is on Fortnite. The kids play Fortnite. That's how the little boy probably knew about it. And he was a Travis Scott fan because of the Fortnite music.
I don't care. He would have to. First of all, he shouldn't be playing. Well, I don't know. I don't know about Fortnite, so let me say I don't know what 9-year-olds do. But that's where his fandom would begin and end. I would not take not especially if, first of all, if I got there and the crowd already looked too packed. If it's too packed, I'm going to be out of there. I'm going to be like, nah, come on, we got to go.
Right. They showed these people, before it even started, these people broke down the fences from outside and just ran up in there.
Yeah.
So there was already a lot of pandemonium going on.
Right.
Before he even hit the stage. Yeah. And then also they were saying that they saw cops. And these are all things that I'm reading. I'm looking at stuff up. The cops that were there that were working were filming and videotaping like the concert and stuff like that. So while they're busy filming and videotaping, these people over here getting smashed and nobody's doing anything. But also they're outnumbered. How could they do anything if they're that outnumbered.
You remember something similar happened to Jay-Z? It was a Jay-Z concert in New York.
It wasn't his fault.
It wasn't, and Jay-Z makes sure people know it wasn't his fault. Was it Jay-Z?
If it was,
I think it was Jay-Z. Let me see. But it was, I think, want to say 3 people were killed. Concert goers.
But yeah, okay, and I just wanted to touch on that because it's just been a lot going on, and I don't understand why the blame is being put fully on him. When the parents aren't really taking it. Now, I'm certain that somebody has, and the father gotta feel bad. I know the father feels bad about that. So, that's what I was going to say. Somebody had commented and said, you know, why parents shame the parents when they've lost their child. Well, it's not parent shaming, it's holding you accountable.
Right.
If your child wasn't there, and that's not to say, this couldn't happen somewhere else.
Right.
But in this particular incident, that child should not have been there.
Right. That's the equivalent of taking taking Green Ivy to the go-go.
Right. I'm not, no.
Some things are inappropriate.
She want to see JoJo Siwa. I ain't taking her to see no JoJo Siwa, and outside the fact that those tickets are like $350, but still, you're not going to see. You better keep YouTubing.
I remember I took my oldest, the two older kids, along with my goddaughter and one of their friends to, like, the Scream tour. Those kids were out of control. Mm-hmm. They were completely out of control, and one person could start screaming, then the whole auditorium would start screaming, and some would start getting up and running to nowhere because you didn't see anybody. But that's when you go to a concert, and certain concerts, are going to be a little rowdy.
Right. So I feel bad for all of the family, the parents, and even the people that was just there, because that's a very traumatizing experience. I imagine. Yeah. Prayers going out to the family. Prayers going out to Travis Scott, because I know he feels bad. He has to feel horrible about this.
Right.
And he's a young man who's at the top of his game, and now this might be so detrimental to him that he can't make a comeback. And the media, I don't know, Missy, the media is quick for canceling people and coming down on our people in a manner that they can blackball this young man because of all of these things that happen.
They can, but I think it all depends. We should have an episode about cancel culture, because this could go a long way. Because, possibly. I just think he has enough clout, and he has... Now, your normal rapper, this might be a detriment to their career, but I don't think to Travis Scott. He got the whole Kardashian monster behind him, and they are extremely, extremely gifted in marketing and PR. You tell me what chick can have a sex tape released about her, and her mother stamps the release. And she goes on to become a billionaire.
And let me tell you something else. If these people can put Bill Cosby in jail because this man is black, this little young man, you don't think that Kris Kardashian, if somebody get in her ear and tell her we about to cancel him and you and your money and cancel all of your stuff and put you in the poorhouse, you don't think she gonna throw him to the wolves and go find her another Travis Scott for her daughter to mess with? That woman on a dollar hard. You got, and now
they got billions and billions.
They can have billions. They can have it. But if you got a whole slew of billionaires coming at you saying somebody
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. If we as lay people, just regular people, see Travis Scott as not the person directly This not like an R. Kelly situation where he went and trampled these people himself. It's just his concert. It's going to be bad publicity for a minute, but I don't think they're going to cancel him. I don't think.
Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I would hope not, but yeah, it's they're going to try to hold somebody.
Well, they
blame somebody.
9 people was killed, so heads got to roll. Somebody's head got to roll,
yeah.
and then because it's his concert, it's like the president of a company. They have somebody's performing sexual harassment in the mailroom, and then they end up firing the president of the company. I get that, but I don't think his career is canceled.
I would hope it's not, but also I actually know that the media has a way of doing stuff to our people to get them canceled.
Right. They couldn't do it to Dave Chappelle, though, or Kanye.
Well, Dave Chappelle walked off, and Dave Chappelle was like, I don't care what y'all say, I'm not here.
No, I'm talking about recent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. That's because he had Netflix behind him.
This is what I'm saying. He has Travis Scott has a machine behind him. I said a monster. I meant machine.
Well, okay. And that's good. That's good. But then also, he don't have that Dave Chappelle clout either. So they know Dave Chappelle gonna bring in a whole bunch of money. They can find another rapper.
I don't know. Travis Scott brings in a bunch of money.
Well, yeah, he does. I understand that. But he can be replaced.
Anybody can be replaced. Dave Chappelle can be replaced.
Not Dave Chappelle.
And I love Dave.
Not Dave. It's never gonna be another Dave Chappelle.
Well, that's true too. But they can cancel. They canceled Bill Cosby. Who would have thought?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. They canceled Bill Cosby. So if they cancel Bill Cosby, this man who was about to buy this whole network that they didn't want to buy, and they canceled him because they were like, we got to do something because these black people trying to get this power.
But that's because he had actually done something. Travis did not actually do something.
I'll stand by what I say. They can definitely, they're going to look to blame somebody.
Right.
Why not blame him?
Well, speaking of blame, so y'all know, well, y'all might not know, I love Portia Stewart from Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? So last year, or not last year, but earlier this year, when she got engaged to Simon, her co-star's husband, you know, the media was coming down talking about she stole that man's husband and she broke up their marriage and all this stuff, right? So again, they tried to, you know, she was looking real bad in them streets. Then today, Sunday, I'm watching, no, I'm not even watching, I'm on TikTok or Instagram or something. And it's like Fallon Goudier or whatever gives birth. So I said, Fallon gave birth. What is this? It's November. Let me count back 9 months. So I mean, in February, you was already pregnant with your fiance's child when the internet is dragging Portia for breaking up her marriage. Hashtag stay out of people's business because you don't know. That's all I wanted to say.
Are you sure that she was?
She was pregnant. She had the baby last week.
Was the baby early? Was the baby late?
She got a whole baby. Ain't nobody say the baby was premature. I count back 9 months.
It don't matter. That was her friend. She still.
That wasn't her friend. That was a coworker.
That bitch. Ooh.
That's a coworker.
Don't matter. She dirty. She was dirty.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think.
I don't think. Dirty. Now, if it was Candy and Todd,
coworker, they weren't friends.
They weren't friends.
Why did everybody keep saying they were friends?
Because that makes it more salacious and it makes internet banter better.
So, at what point did she say we weren't friends? Did she say that?
Who?
Portia.
Portia.
Or Fallon.
Portia said they weren't friends. Fallon did an interview, and she was pregnant at that time, but we didn't know that. Fallon had done an interview, and she was saying, you know, on these reality shows, they have to use somebody to bring people on. Mm-hmm. So they'll say, oh, this is such and such friend. she's coming on as a friend of Portia's. But in actuality, she's not a friend. They're just using somebody to bring her on, to bring her into the fold. Because if they were friends,
how did they connect them two together to say she was why Portia and why not pick somebody else?
I don't know. But they didn't know each other because Portia had never even been to her house before. Now, if we're friends, I should at least been to your house. I should know your husband. I shouldn't be just getting introduced to him. It wasn't a friendship. It was a production. It was a production. But I just felt like, Portia's a Cancer, like me. I just felt like the internet was dragging her, and the whole time falling pregnant by somebody else. And that's why they got divorced, because she was caught cheating.
Did he say that?
Yeah, that's what the husband said.
She was cheating?
She was cheating. Yeah. So, but yeah, y'all tune into Portia's Family Matters or something. It's entertaining because
I ain't watching that crap.
It's funny because her baby daddy on there, he out of control. She out of control. Simon out of control. The whole damn family. Oh, the whole family out of control.
I'm out of control. The whole damn party's out of control.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was an interesting webisode. I think it was fun. I think we'll have fun on the live chat because somebody's gonna have an opinion about something, so we'll get to discuss it then.
Look at my nails, though. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's okay. Nobody probably would have noticed.
Anyway. Look at my nails. They all ate up. I'm going to take these off. Put these down.
Okay.
So
mine ate up too, literally.
So yes, people.
Yes, Tyra was on time for Thanksgiving. I ate too much as usual. I'm pescatarian, which is unusual. That's it. I don't know.
The guys that's out here dating people, date the woman before you
learn
try
how
to
to
get
date.
the
Take
the woman out, spend some time with her, some quality time with her.
Yeah, and it don't take much. It don't take much
it
for
really
some
doesn't.
of us.
It really doesn't. Like, I'm not high maintenance when it comes to that type of stuff. I'm really not.
Okay.
I just require a little bit of attention, little time, little attention.
Okay.
Time,
you
attention.
really don't think you high maintenance when it comes to dating? Can you look at yourself in the face and say that?
Hi, self. I am not high maintenance when it comes to dating.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Oh no, the spirit.
Is that a shady sneeze?
That's what I was saying. My inner spirit is saying. Okay. One of these days we'll have to talk about your dating requirements.
It's not much. Not much to talk about.
Okay. Well, anyway. Oh, shout out. No, I don't want to shout this person out. But anyway, I did get another cup like this. 2 people gave me the same cup.
Same cup.
So this isn't the cup that the other person gave me, but I'm going to shout the other person out. So thank you, Akita, for my cup. Oh, look, I got so much B stuff. I'm gonna just keep using it because it's got to be used. But ain't no tea in here or coffee. But you gotta use the cup. All right, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all not listening. Y'all not hearing me, but I ain't do it.
Well, our super fans are probably the only ones who already done like, share, and subscribe.
Right.
Can we? Oh, share, invite, like, share, invite.
Hey, okay, that
invite
works.
others.
That
Tell
works.
everybody about
That
us.
works. That works. That works.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess that's it.
Yes.
And in closing, as usual,
we will chat with you tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I can say tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I'm having all type of internal things, sneezing, belching. In closing, we hope you're pleased with 2 P's in a podcast. Bye-bye.